Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new program series of our presidential electoral campaign. I, Dr. Ahmet Boran, am now gonna speak you in English and try to clarify the situation. As we see, we are approaching to the presidential elections of Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, TRNC 2020. You know that I am a candidate, and now we're going to talk about the other candidates. Are they going to be able to win these elections or not? And what are we going to see? Let us first begin with Mr. Tatar. Mr. Tatar is a maladroit. He is a very bad governor. As you see that he is the prime minister, we see a maladministration. We see an increment in taxes, and we see that everything is going topsy-turvy. As I talk to people, they all blame him and they are not pleased with him. We see a very great displeasure. So Tatar has to make a withdrawal from these elections. So he's not a suitable candidate. Only Tayyip Erdogan is supporting him, AKP from Turkey, and they're trying to present him. They're making his presentation in Cyprus media, Asil Nadir media, Dialogue media, Akar media, and other kind of medias. So we see the puppeteers, and Tatar is just acting, and the scenario is written by some people that they are governing Turkey. Oh, and whatever we see, Tatar is not inclusive. He is very indifferent. He is close. He is a little bit garrulous, and he is never winning the hearts. And I said he's a maladroit, untalented, unconvincing. He's not productive, and he's not a pioneer. And now that he has talked about what he is going to do, he has declared a lot of things. We understand that he hasn't written it. It is from Turkey, approximately 99%. And he says that, it is very clear that some Greeks are going to come here, but we do not accept it. And he says that they're going to help the Greeks and give them water supply, while the Greeks never like us. They're always, most of them, feeling hatred against us, disgust against us. There's no apology we see. So Tatar has to make a very great withdrawal, as we say. So let me say, can Tatar win these elections? No. Even if he continues this candidacy, the percentage is 0% for Tatar and for all other candidates. Let us talk about Akıncı. Mr. Akıncı is now the major governing body. He is the president of TRNC, but we see that he never accepted TRNC, like the previous ex-president Talat. They both do not even accept. They told Talat, the previous one told at BRT television sessions previously, that he is only a Cypriot but he's not a Turk. But then afterwards he acknowledged that and confessed that he was a Turk also. So Akıncı is on the same line, he's on the same stream going downward. And Akıncı is also a close person, he's not inclusive. He is an aristocrat and bureaucrat like Tatar, but Tatar is more mythomanic. But Akıncı's stance is not good also, his political stance. And he possesses no achievement in his governance. He said that approximately in 3 months he was going to be successful and he was going to come to an agreement with the Greek side. But all the Greeks betrayed him. And this is very funny. He played Russian roulette, and now he needs euthanasia. So I think he must not be a candidate. So that's why he's thinking a lot, and until now he didn't declare his candidacy because he is in a dilemma. So he's not convinced with himself. He sees that all the things that he hypothesized, none of them became true. So firstly, he's not a patriot. So he has to make a very great withdrawal, and we don't want to see Akıncı anymore. Okay, this is much better for him. Let us talk about Erhürman. Erhürman is a candidate of CTP, the Republican Party, Republican Turkish Party. Even they don't like the word Turkish or the Turks, they use it, they still use it, Republican Turkish Party. Okay, Erhürman, can he be successful? He cannot, because he was an MP and he locked himself, he incarcerated himself in the parliament. We didn't even see him after the elections. And then when he became a prime minister during a coalition, we saw nothing. And we see that he is a double-faced man. When he is a prime minister, he is very good with Turkey. But when he is toppled down, he begins to attack Turkey. So he's a hypocrite. And he's mythomanic also, like Tatar. So this man, Erhürman, has to make a withdrawal also, because his situation is very unconvincing. Dear friends, dear citizens and patriots of Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. Mr. Arıklı, let us now focus on Mr. Arıklı. Mr. Arıklı, and then on Kudret Özersay. Arıklı first declared very fervently that he was going to be a candidate. And then he said he's a candidate. But then, very surprisingly, he tried to find a common candidate. And he went and talked with National Unity Party and the other parties, etc. But they closed the doors on his face. So Mr. Arıklı has to make a withdrawal also, because he needs self-confidence, he needs spiritual and mental proliferation more and more. So he's not ready for this presidency. This is the truth, and this is the proof, because he made the proof. We didn't make the proof. Lastly, let us talk about who? Mr. Özersay. Özersay, as a foreign affairs minister, he's very silent. He is like a teenager. He never talks. He never has got any fervence, no energy. So as a president, he cannot give anything to his society. He's very exclusive. He's not smart. He's very cold. So he can only, he's like a civil servant. He can go and make something and go back to his house at the night with a bag, holding a bag in his hand. And lastly, at the end, I want to talk about the TRNC press. TRNC press is 100% rubbish. They are biased. They only support, especially Tatar, because AKP and Tayyip Erdogan is telling them to support. So they are not making any betrayal to Erdogan. Asil Nadir Media is the frontier, and then Dialogue TV, Akar Media is the second frontier. So they have made a marriage with this situation, and they do not want to make a betrayal to Erdogan. Because, there are financial situations, my dear friend. Okay, now, as you know, this is the end of our speech, ladies and gentlemen. So, inshallah, we will be together in another beautiful video. Take care of yourself and have a good day. Thank you very much for your heartful attendance.